Welcome, welcome to Toy With Me Live. I am Madam Trixie, and Toy With Me is an in-person live stream broadcast where we talk kink, community, and connection with zero shame and a lot of sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Here at Toy With Me, we explore ways to spice up your sex life, whether you are alone or with a partner or in a group. We celebrate all gender-loving communities and people of all levels of ability. Tonight, we will be discussing sound play, exploring how voice, music, rhythm, auditory stimulation, and even silence can enhance your intimacy. Tonight's show is actually part 2 of a 6-part series of discussions where we'll be doing a deep dive into the various types of sensory play as kink. So last month, we did sensory play and overview. November will be taste, food play. December is touch, wax, and temperature play. January is sight, visual play. And we'll finish off with February with psychological play. So we want to thank you for coming and joining us. And I want to introduce our guest, Khari B, the disco poet. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I am disco poet Khari B. I am the founder and producer of the Debauchery Ball, and it's a 20-year event that celebrates liberation, sensuality, and consent from a Black cultural lens. I'm also a spoken word musician, but as it applies to why we're here, how I'm here is through the Debauchery Ball.
Yes, thank you. So before we start getting deep into our conversation, I want to let you all know that later on in the show, we are going to show you a nice clip, right? And then we want your feedback. So I want to ask you, like, what's one sound that turns you on, or what's one that like instantly relaxes you?
For me, the turn-on is the smack, is the collision of things. Yeah, that just, whether it's skin against skin or a toy, when we actually play with the spatula, and it has a beautiful smack. That was hot, right?
That's a great sound.
The relaxing tone would, for me, is silent. It would absolutely be silence. My career is in making noise, performing. I'm always around music, do a lot of teaching. It's always a lot of noise. So silence just brings everything down to a really beautiful level. Instant calm down when I get to like sit in silence. Like, whoa, this is righteous. And sometimes it's a turn on.
Yeah. Yeah. I like my silence too, especially when it comes to like as my way of healing myself, as my way of just tapping into what I need. I also do like silence in the kink way, like the silence breaking up the rhythm that one can anticipate. I like a nice, strong, commanding voice. I like a good voice. I like one that is, the voice is not weak. The person knows that they can say what they need, they can instruct, they can lead. I like that sound. I'm not really big on a soft voice for me. Yeah.
For you.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's
can
what I said.
anybody?
Well, yeah, like the guy in the clip was like, she gets too deep.
Right. I'm gonna need you to
need
be
that
deep.
deep.
Yeah, be
Word.
deep. So let's talk about this. Like, what is sound play? Dirty talk, sensual talk, ASMR, music, silence, the rhythms, spanking vibrations, and tones, right? What is that like for you when you think about sound play?
Sound play, as it relates to intimacy, is centering the auditory and making it the vehicle for stimulus. It's the smacking sounds or the thudding sound, like we've talked about before. It can be the music to set the mood. I know I talk about how sound is a part of deprivation play. When you take away the other senses and the bottom has to rely on audio to paint the picture of what's happening or what is about to happen. It creates the anticipation And then there's that aspect of ASMR where people enjoy the sound. I guess ASMR is people enjoying sounds, but there's this huge community around, I think they call it mukbanging. Is it mukbanging? Yeah, where they enjoy the sound of people chewing and swallowing and all of them smacking. Sounds sexual, no matter how we go, how we play it.
Every time.
But which I had an ex that was really into that, not from an intimate perspective or intimate end of things, but she liked going to asleep to the sound of people chewing, and I thought it was weird, but who am I to yuck? Or if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. If she used it sexually, that wasn't with me, that was with somebody else, and that's okay. I support it entirely.
Right.
These things are highly individualistic. What sounds turn you on? Is it? We have a video where there's people in one area of this room. I'm trying not to put names or anything into this. There's people in one area, a very separate area of room, having a serious conversation. In the another part of this space, there's an impact scene happening, and somebody recorded the conversation that's happening in one area. But as they're talking, you hear spark, spark.
Oh, wow.
It's hot as hell. It's super dope.
Right. You completely forgot. Like, y'all shut up because let me hear what's happening.
So it's all of these things plus silence. The lack of sound creates and stimulates a moment, a mood, an emotion.
Yes. So for those of you all that are watching, you can type in the chat some things that you like about sound, right? That same question for you. What sound play for you? And if you don't know what ASMR is, it's autonomous sensory meridian response. So that is where those sounds that you hear can elicit a tingling sensation that is triggered by sounds, visual, or touch. And the response that one has is not going to look the same. Some people might be triggered in a very relaxing way. They may have a lot of joy. They may get turned on by the sounds. It's really, I will say that I learned about ASMR by watching like the smacking sounds of the eating food. And that was not it for me. That was like, close your mouth and chew your food and swallow it. Don't do all of that. But I did discover that I was into those sounds for relaxing and soothing purposes by watching those shows where the people would go out and sea and they would like scrub all the barnacles.
Scrub the whales.
And crack the barnacles off of crabs and lobsters. And I think that the larger the barnacle was, the more satisfying the sound was for me to hear. And I didn't notice that until I'm like, wow, I'm like stuck watching several videos and I'm real chill about it now. So it's going to look different. If you are a person that's into that, it's going to look different. So we talked about silence and how it can be very powerful just as music during intimacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you about I don't know, how do you set the tone of intimacy with sound?
Well, as it applies to silence for me allows me to listen to my partner, to hear what's the turn-ons, what's the turn-offs, or not so much. What can they throw away? Or take it or leave it in words. It allows you to hear, silence allows you to hear their breathing, not the moans and the yells, but their actual breathing, their heartbeat. Things to that nature, those things are turn-ons to me. When I can hear all that, I'm like, oh, I know just know where to go. I know exactly what to do, exactly where to go to please my partner. And it's a way of paying attention in the moment, like really focusing on that individual to create their most optimum experience in the moment. And I was going to say that's what we all want, but that's a lie. Some people just be there. for
Right.
themselves. But
Right,
that's
right.
what we should all want, is this reciprocal pleasure.
Yes, and sound does that. Sound does provide you with
Sound can absolutely create that for you. Silence can
yeah.
create that for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't want to be drowned out by the music or the cheers of people. You want to hear their reactions more so than you want to hear anything else.
Yeah, it's a praise thing as well. Like hearing those good sounds
Yeah.
while being intimate. It's
Yeah. And some people want you to talk, want you to encourage them on having, whether it's praise or degradation. Yeah. And anything in between. Like,
yeah, you gotta say it right.
And it's all in the execution, because it
Yeah.
can be the exact same words said completely wrong and the moment is dead.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna play a little game, right? And
Okay.
those of you that are watching, you gotta get your thumbs up, thumbs out. Those of you that are watching online, you can put in the chat. We are gonna do a quick game called Over It, and I'm gonna name like a few sounds, and you're gonna give us a thumbs up. You like it? You're all ears, or I'm over it, right? And you can just type it in the chat. Here we go. A low, breathy whisper right next to your ear.
I didn't know this was a thing. I was doing an event and I was new to this space, and this sister came past me and whispered some lewdness in my ear. She was practicing lines, didn't even know I was there. She was like literally walking past, but I was like, whew, word? And I had to figure it out real quick before I embarrassed myself. Like, don't you ever do that to me again without some real intention.
You know what? Okay. So that makes me think in general, no, I don't want you in my ear like, mosquito fly, gone. But I will say I was at, oh my goodness, what is it? I was at Exotica and Daddy Hef was in town and he said something to me. He's a dom that is a pro dom. He whispered something to me and I remember being like, I went to another space and I had to like ask, I'm like, did he just hypnotize me? And I spent months trying to figure out like, what the hell did he say? And I said, do you have a line or a script that you just say? No, I just said what was needed to say. So, okay, I guess I'm all right with that if you know how to say it.
Right.
So
you got to say it.
Right.
It's all in the execution.
Exactly. So the rhythmic smack of spanking or impact play.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. And I think I like more thuddy sounds that are like loud and hard.
Now I got to test it out and see what I like them all. Like, spat. Yeah, it's great.
I like them all, but that's the one that makes me just go like, from across the room. Okay. The soft hum of a vibrator building into intensity. Right.
Can I do it sideways?
You can.
It's kind of, yeah.
I think I don't care.
Take it or leave it.
I think I don't care because that's going to make
It's
me.
not a turn on. It's like a, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
A deep commanding voice giving explicit instructions. Like, I'm like, let me see yours. Turn. If I can see yours.
Oh, so you could do a double L.
I love that. The sound of heavy breathing and moaning in the dark.
Maybe.
I don't know. Again, I'm
all
like,
in the execution.
Perhaps, okay. Perhaps in the execution, because I'm like, turn that light on so I can see you. Why are you breathing like that?
I don't want nobody, right? I don't want nobody. I used to have asthma, and
you think what I'm saying? And that's probably where my trigger
I need to get you in hell.
I'm right there with you. It's something about that breathing, like, no, I don't know. The slow drip of wax hitting the skin and the hiss of anticipation.
Because do you really hear wax hitting the skin? You don't. It's a lie.
The test determined that was a lie. A playlist of sensual R&B softly playing in the background.
Depends on the R&B.
It does.
Because I hate all R&B from mid 90s on. R&B died.
I can't take Keith Sweat or that damn Brian McKnight. Don't put that on ever. Like, don't.
Right. It needs to be 60s, 70s R&B if we doing R&B.
You can get some 80s in it.
And maybe it should have just said music. That would have been better.
I don't
want
want
of sensual music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want the begging.
Yeah. The 90s killed R&B.
I'm trying to say, I got too much ADHD for that. I'm listening to the song and not focusing on what we're doing.
What are we here for? What are we? Concert
like,
or some loving?
No, Waterfalls dried up. Can't do it. Don't turn that on because I'm ready to go. I'm gone. Don't put on.
Packing up.
Packing it up. No. Leave certain artists out of this. Okay. The sudden sounds of silence, complete auditory deprivation.
Bam.
Yep.
All day.
Love it.
All day.
Love it. It's great. I know I watched some auditory deprivation that was executed very well. And it was almost like watching a person forget that the rest of us were in watching and
absolutely.
Went to another place somewhere.
Absolutely.
It was nice. Yep. The crinkle of leather, latex, or rope being tightened. Yeah, that's a good one.
Agreed.
The playful sound of laughter mixed with dirty talk.
Maybe.
Look, it depends on okay,
it's all in the execution.
Yeah, it depends on that laugh. Because some people's laugh is like it's a turn off like that breathe.
Actually, early on, I was a laugher. I was a big laugher, and it would freak my partners out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it's maniacal. So
Yeah.
Luckily, it was at the end of a session, so I didn't kill too many moments.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I want to ask you, how do you introduce things like erotic poetry and storytelling as sound in your relationship? And maybe you can share something.
I have always said I have made a conscious decision not to use my powers for evil. So typically I won't use poetry as a entryway into, I don't mind performing it. I do that. Don't mind performing it, sharing it. But
can you share some with us now?
In my intimate moments, I'm probably not gonna. I did have somebody I had a couple people who were like, I need you to tell me a poem in my ear. And I thought it was weird, but what do I know? I'm gonna do it. If that's what turns you on, bam, done it. Great effects. But I've made a conscious decision not to use my powers for evil. But yes, I could pull out a poem from, there is a debauchery book that we released this year. And it's a document of the 20 years that the event has gone on. And it's mainly photography, honoring a lot of great photographers, Kimon, Austin, Baramisi, Don, I'm not going to remember everybody, AJ and Anthony. Who? I said David, right? So a lot of their work over the years, but also we've filled it up with all kinds of poetry and essays and things to that effect. So I did put a poem in here and I lied. Maybe I didn't. I went to the page and told me to go to. It's like, that's not that. But let me see. Because I'm almost positive that something was dropped in there. Yes, it was.
So while we are,
right,
you found it?
Got it.
Okay.
Boom. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do a little excerpt. And it is, trying to see what excerpt. I know, I got it. The poem is Kimbakubi, the Art Beauty of Tight Binding. I'm tied to her, knowing that these ropes free me. Chained to her elevation, I rise and am exalted, a revered example to others of how powerful this love can be. So when I kiss her publicly, it's not us they see, but God entering goddess to create massive amounts of sensual energy, our tongues entangled like striking lightning inside the mouth of the other, cutting through breaths like atmosphere that grow ever more electric as the lights go down. I go down. Carefully, returning to the south as if my name was Harriet and I've been called to wade in her waters and I won't drown, no matter how deep she gets, no matter how open, no matter how wet. I'll breathe through a reed before I dare come up for air. Liberation lies between those thighs and I've tasted it. Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. That was good. Okay, if y'all like that, type it in the chat. You can read that for yourself as a story if you get the book permission. Okay, cool. Right?
Like, I probably should show it. Yeah.
That's helpful, right? So you did mention something about like laughing beforehand and how other people weren't used to that, but like how do you have like your own way of overcoming, or what's a suggestion you think about ways that somebody can overcome like awkwardness or embarrassment with using their voice or in dirty talk?
I think you have to claim your awkwardness. You have to claim your weirdness, your all of those things that would ordinarily be embarrassing. You got to just claim them, embrace them, and stand on it, because it changes the temperature of the moment. When you're like, so, right? Like, yes, I was a laugher. And I would have to explain. When I'm having a good time, I'm laughing. If it's great, I'm laughing. This is just how I'm expressing that. And it made it comfortable for the individuals to hear that I was laughing. And I believe that. Like, you know how when a toddler falls over and they stop and then they look around to see if anybody is like, oh my God. And that's how they're going to respond, whether they're going to cry or just get back up. I think for us as adults, we still do that. We look around, see how people are going to respond, and then that tells us how to respond in that moment. But when we stand on that awkwardness, it makes it more comfortable for everybody. Because now I'm not going to look at you as if that was awkward, or you're not going to look at me as if that was awkward. You're going to just, hey, that was their quirk.
Yeah.
That's what makes them an individual, makes them interesting. That's that extra little spice on the person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. It kind of made me think about, I did have a partner that I was with for a very long time. And one thing which you mentioned, which makes me think about this, was we enjoyed like laughter during intimacy. And usually the laughter would come about because something really stupid would happen. Like, oh man, I almost like, that was dangerous. I almost cracked my head open, right? And instead of like feeling like, oh, okay, I gotta perform, no, we would like either laugh or create a story about it, as if like we were writing some kind of like comedy script.
Yeah, that's dope.
Keep going, maybe get up, go have a sandwich, you might come back to it. Like it wasn't awkward, but it could have been.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we weren't gonna be ourselves.
And then I think with the dirty talk, it has to be part of a pre-negotiation. What are the terms that you don't want to be called? Like, how far can we go with this? How far are you willing to go? I want to be called, and I want to be screamed at, and I want to be hollered at, and I want to just whisper in my ear. It's part of that pre-negotiation that should happen long before. You do that on the date when y'all talking about how you gonna hook up. Don't wait until you under the sheets.
Right.
Like, let me know what you're into ahead of time so that it doesn't seem so performative, but it's already there. So it's already there so that it can feel organic in the moment.
Okay. All right. So we want to go back and actually look at this clip.
It's clip time.
So we're going to look at this and
You're going to set up the clip?
we're going to watch it. And then I want you to tell me something. Okay? Ready? We rolling.
You say you have to be completely silent during. Explain that to me.
Yes. If I make some noise, he said, oh, you just turned me off. You just turned me off. If I make a noise or if I make a certain face, if I don't know what kind of face I'm making, I'm enjoying myself, right? So I'll make a certain face, but he's like, why did I make that ugly face?
That's a fact.
So I said, now, Mr. Drew, as gently as you can, tell me what is distressing to you about her facial expressions or her voice when you're having sex.
First off, when we get into it and she really when she's satisfied, her voice get deep, like mine. And I don't want that, because I don't want a man, I want a woman. Am I supposed to still be going strong when I hear another dude in the room? Come on now.
Now, Mr. Drew, you gotta be a little flexible. In a moment of passion, you have to allow for however it expresses itself. Some men never hear that at all, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want no other man in the room, so when I hear it, that's my reaction. Ain't nothing I can
He
do
has
about
a
that.
nasty attitude. He has a nasty attitude problem.
Okay.
That's two people that don't communicate. They don't communicate well. Because after the first time, he should have been able to tell her, hey, that deep vocal inflection that you get is freaking me out. Or something. Or she's saying, this is how I'm satisfied, so that he can be more understandable. But not that I believe any of these shows are real. If it was, they just needed to communicate better.
Yeah, that is clear. They do not communicate about the do's and don'ts. And it's actually what we were just talking about. Like, what do we want to be called? How do we want things to be said to us? The cues are not there.
And it's, people make conversation way too complicated. Like, just tell me what's
Talk.
up and be okay with it. That's a part of standing on your quirks, your awkwardness, all those things that somebody may think is weird. Somebody loves that. And when we communicate those things more openly, we're more likely to be with the people that are into the things that we're into. It's
Yes.
really that simple. I like having sex on Twinkies, and you never say it. And then everybody, that other person that loves Twinkies is not ever there. They don't know. They somewhere around thinking they weirdo and they the only one. You got to be able to communicate it. And if somebody ain't into that, then they not into that.
They get to ask all the questions now. Is this Twinkies on the plate? Twinkies in the packet
Right.
still? Warm Twinkies? Is it a particular flavor? You get to have that communication and kind of figure that out. What about things like Soundscape or like music playlists?
I think that's everybody's entrance into sound play, auditory play. Because I don't know, when I came up, you knew you needed to have a hot playlist. That was from the start. The playlist was so necessary. I still think playlists, just music. I have my mixtapes
Right.
for certain particular people. I know she likes this, that, and other. So I'm going to have that. It's music. Music at its core is something to stimulate emotion. So you want to find that music, that album, because albums still matter. You want to find that group of songs that put you all into the particular mood that you want to be in. Music can be calming. It can be excitable. It can be all of these different things. It elicits emotion and information. So you want to create sound around that, even if it's the recorded sound of sound bowls, because even that can be calming and get you to a point of a place of letting go.
Yes. And I like naming those playlists too and being very specific so that I can really tap into what's the vibe.
I like trying different music with different people. Like, man, let me see what this does. Let's try that out and see what happens. It's all because something's going to happen. And that's what's really great about it. Something's going to happen. What you want to happen may not happen, but there is a result. And I like seeing what the result is going to be.
Yes. And then there are also toys or tools that produce sound, like vibrators with variable hums, tuning forks, percussive toys, right? You can even things like those going to the dollar store, as my co-host that is not here today would normally say, but things like those electrical toothbrushes, right? They're nice to put on the skin, but then there's a sound too. Yeah.
The sound and that touch can be interconnected, but you've got a bunch of tools out here, all the bowls and things. It's going to elicit a response. As people, as creatives, or a person that has some type of creative spirit within them, you can bend where that energy goes.
Yes.
Sound bowls typically think it's common, we're going to go to sleep. But now I'm tuning you up.
Getting you ready.
I'm going to bend that moment for those purposes. That's what's great about sound. It's malleable. You can shape it to create a desired effect.
I love that. Yes. So Just like sound can be an intimate way of knowing your partner, knowing your status is also an intimate way of caring for yourself and others. You can get free tests, free HIV and STI testings at Project Vida in person or at home. Plus, when you test, you will receive a beautiful toy box of adult toys to explore your desires safely. Yes, so go to the link shown there on the screen to sign up. Stop by one of our offices, or you can call us at 773-277-2291. That is 773-277-2291. So now it's time for a live demo. I have here some bowls, right? I have a few things actually that, as Khari said, we're not just using it. You can use anything for sound. So I have some bowls and a couple other things that you can get from the kitchen to introduce into some play and get some sound going. The vibrations of the instruments are great to get you prepared and relaxed. Sometimes people can have a hard day and you are wanting to be intimate with your person to release or just to feel normal or to connect. And the sounds can help relax that person and set a tone for you so that you are able to be open to be yourself, to give and receive in your lovemaking, or even just as a form of intimacy with each other, right? So this is what some of them sound like. You could also actually create a playlist with those sounds. Then we have here a bell. This is a lotus flower meditation bell. So you get to use that, right? You can actually use them over your partner's head or over their body. And a lot of times it will elicit relaxation. Sometimes people will experience some tingling, right? I have a little drum here. Drums are great to really connect with our feeling grounded and secure and rooted. That's really important in your intimacy. And also, if you feel grounded, then that means you're safe with the person that you are with and you are able to consent, right? And you know, we say around here, consent is sexy. Then you have some basic kitchen tools. What is this?
Tongs.
Tongs, yes. So these are things that if your partner was blindfolded, right, and you didn't let them see what the tools were, blindfolded, you can, right, put it in their ear, let them hear it. You could also pinch them with it, right? Get some get some more play. Thank you. You can also use one of these spatulas, right? Right? You can do that. You can also use it for some impact as well. Yeah, that actually,
Imagine you having that in your arsenal.
I actually just went in the kitchen and got these. And now I'm like, I want a better one. Great. Then our dear rolling pin, right? If you like more thuddier sounds, you can use it, right, on the body, but you can also use it to make those loud sounds, right? It creates some anticipation as well for what's coming up next, the louder the sounds are.
But also we know that the ancients, our ancestors, use sound for healing. Why wouldn't we think they can turn you on? And science today is catching up with using sound therapy to get rid of tumors and all of that. Of course it can turn you. If it can turn you on, it's going to elicit something. It elicits something on a deeper level than just relaying information to your brain through your ears. There's a whole physiological experience that comes with sound.
Yes. I also wanted to, once you said that, I have one more tool. I actually have a few of these here, but I'm only going to use one. These are what we call healing pipes. And I can't hold two at the same time. Good. Thank you. So this is one of our, this one is actually tuned to the planets. They're all the ones I have are tuned to the planets. And this one is for Mars. And Mars, if you're into astrology, Mars is about your sexuality, your sacred energy, your reproductive organs. So you can actually take one of these and you can play it over your partner's body. You could go around them in a circle. You could just play it. I brought Venus and the moon, but we're not gonna play those today. But I brought those also to tap into that intimate energy, because the moon, that energy is representing like our emotional sides, and everybody always talks about Venus, about love. So yes. All right, so I wanna ask you, what's something that you think that's beginner friendly, like a good way to explore like sound play?
Clearly, music. Set the playlist. Ask your partner what they're into, what turns them on, and start there. That's ground level. That doesn't hurt nobody.
You don't need no
degree for that. Like, hey, what's your favorite music? Like, what relaxes you? What puts you in the mood? Having that conversation opens up so much more.
Yeah, you saying that part, the part of asking your partner about what's their favorite music, it actually allows you to craft and create a scene based around what you are fantasizing about from what the person told you through the sound. Yeah, as opposed to just like, I like all of this music, but you actually involving the other person. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you walk into a room and the music is playing. The music that's playing sets the energy of the room. If you walk into a party and the music is horrible, you're like, do I really want to be here? I don't even care who's here now. You walk into a room and the music is sensual and relaxing and or stimulating, whatever. You shift. Your brain shifts you into that mode almost immediately, or like, something's happening here.
Right. This is nice. They're singing my song. My band is following me.
And that starts with a conversation, because I don't know what you're into until you tell me. I can put something on that my last person dug, like, and you're like, what is this crap?
Right. Yes.
So it's communication is key. Communication is absolutely key. And if you haven't had that communication, and you take that chance. It's okay. Take a chance, put some on. If they like it, great. If they don't, but you get to ask after it. What you think of music sets the scene.
Yes.
That's why they use it in department stores, they use it in concerts, they use it in movies, soundtracks. That's what the music tells you how to feel.
Yes.
I remember this thing on Sesame Street, or Electric Company. It was Sesame Street. From a child, and they showed an alligator walking up out of the river, and they showed an alligator walking out the river, no sound. Then they put some Jaws-like music on, and it changes the vibe of the same alligator, same scene, walking out, and then they put some goofy music on and some jazz on, and it changes what you're looking at, even though you're looking at the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So entryway into sound play is music.
Love it. Do you think are there any risks to be aware of, like hearing sensitivity or triggering sounds?
Absolutely. I think we were talking earlier how epileptic people can't take certain light patterns or flashing lights. There's a rare number of people that can't take particular sounds that disturb them. And me, for example, I can't listen to Lou Rawls. Dead serious. It's not a joke. I cannot hear a Lou Rawls song. It turns my stomach immediately. Lou Rawls, Mariah Carey, Al Chuck. Don't know what it is about their voices, but whatever that modulation is, it sends me to the bathroom to hurl.
I worked really hard, real quick.
I saw you. I saw
my face. So now
I appreciate it. But I saw you really like.
I didn't want you to think I was yucking your yum at all.
You did a good job of not yucking the yum.
She did really good.
Thank you.
Or not yucking the yuck?
I'm not yucking even your yuck.
Or yumming my yuck.
Or yumming your yuck, or yucking your yum. I've done none of the offenses.
But yeah, certain sounds can affect people in a way negatively. So you find that out through communication. I'm going to tell somebody right away, if you put a playlist together for me and you put Mariah Carey on, it's going to be a problem. It's going to go left fast.
See, still working on it.
Take your time.
Nice. Okay. I also think I would like to add to that, using those noise cancellation headphones can be really nice if a person is pretty sensitive about sound, or if you want to do something like, I don't know, again, communicate with them.
And there's certain people at certain spaces on the spectrum, they have to have those sound cancellation headphones on because loud noises or sudden noises can affect them in an adverse way.
Yes, yes. So now it is time for Just the Tip, where we give you a little intro to a topic, just the tip, but we can always go deeper. So we want to talk about one actionable tip, that creating a sound play scene at home, right? You can build a mood playlist like we were just talking about, sensual, or something that is experimental. You can experiment with the tone of your voice, a whisper, a growl, or a moan. You can try recording each other's voices and play it back to each other. You can even use silence strategically for suspense. And that was just our tip for this session, but we can always go deeper.
And if you really like the person and you all are consenting individuals, want to videotape themselves, I never suggest people, you don't look as good as you think you look. You just don't. Don't play yourself. Porn actors are professionals and they have directors and video, whatever. But record the audio. That's hot. That can be hot. And use it later.
And that takes out room for judgment, because it's just the sound. Yeah. It's not it's not that visual judgment of it. Because nobody's like, oh man, I could have said that louder. It's exciting to hear it, or it can be.
Just catch the audio, remove the visual, because we overuse our eyes for so many things to tell us what's up. Just use the audio and it can be powerfully hot.
I love that. So now is a good time for me to remind you again about free HIV testing at Project Vida, in person or at home. It includes your free toy box. Just like experimenting with sound, experimenting with your health should never be silent. Know your status, protect your pleasure. And as we begin to wrap up the show for tonight, some of our main takeaway is sound is powerful, playful, and psychological. And we invite our online audience to keep the conversation going. Share your sound play experiment ideas with a hashtag Toy with me sounds. Yes. So before we close out, here's what's coming up next at Project Vida. Link Up Chicago has its twice monthly drop-ins for Black same-gender loving men. You can join us every second Saturday at New Covenant Church on 77th and Cottage Grove at our sober space, Link Up Sanctuary, and every fourth Saturday for our harm reduction space, the Link Up Lounge at the Center on Cottage Grove, located at 6323 South Cottage Grove. And both of these are from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So for more information, call us or text us at 844-942-LINK. That's 844-942-5465. Also, the Mind, Body, and Soul Health and Wellness Circle brings free mental, spiritual, and physical wellness services for Black, gay, bisexual, and other same-gender loving men. Join us for free fitness, dance, yoga, and cooking classes, as well as free acupuncture and massage therapy 6 days a week. Every Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. MBS offers meal prep Mondays, led by Chef Blake and Chef Nick. Just call us at 773-277-2291 to register. Also, MBS has also started offering massages on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And don't forget to join us for next month for our next installation of our Sensory Play series, where we are going to talk about taste and food play. So get your taste buds ready. And don't forget, if you are here in person, remember again that you can get tested for free at Project Vida. Walk-ins are accepted Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you want this toy box delivered, just sign up for your free HIV test and call us with your results. And it's on the way. Test, play, repeat. Also, I want to say thank you to our guests and also ask you about, do you have any announcements about the D-Ball coming up?
Well, thank you, Project Vida, for having me. I'm glad to be here and kick it with my friend. Debauchery Ball, again, it happens the second Friday of every December. This year, that is December 12th. And it's in a secret location. And the only way you find out where it is, can even get a ticket as you come through the app. So our website is Debauchery Ball, Debauchery, because of time, y'all, ball.com. And from there, you can go to the app, or you can go to your app or Play Store and look up the Debauchery app, THEE, two E's, Debauchery, Debauchery app, and apply for membership. And we have a vetting process, keeping out creeps and colonizers, and yeah, get in, get involved, and let's have a good time.
Yes, thank you. And I want to say thank you to our amazing team, right, who makes our show possible. Right? And thank you for exploring, all of you all online and our in-studio audience. We thank you for exploring with us what it means to show up with power and protection. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep it sexy. Bye for now.
Y'all, be well.